500,000 children are currently in foster care. The system is overloaded, okay? It doesn't need any more kids. So for a child to be removed, conditions have to be pretty bleak, usually involving abuse or extreme neglect.
Some of these kids can often languish in the system unless a wonderful family like yours steps up for them.
Do you know how the foster care system works? And what does it mean to foster something? Join us in our latest Cinephile episode to find out, and be sure to visit our FUNDAY website for more. What's up, movie fans? I'm Wade, your Cinephile host. Instant Family is a 2018 American family comedy drama film starring Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne as parents who adopt 3 siblings. The film is directed by Sean Anders, who wrote this story with John Morris based in part on his own experience of adopting 3 kids.
What was that look? What look? He just said you guys were never gonna have kids, and then you did a definite look.
Yeah, there was a look. What was the look for? Because you looked back at me to try to include me in your look.
I didn't do a look. Totally did a look.
It wasn't a look.
I think we just started some trouble.
No, there's no trouble.
Maybe even a fight.
There's no fight. There's no trouble.
Husband and wife Pete and Ellie Wagner are house flippers. While showing family members a potential buy, they are confronted about not having kids. Pete later makes a comment about not wanting to be an old dad, and jokingly says maybe they should consider adopting a 5-year-old, causing Ellie to actually give it some more thought. When Pete gets home from work, he finds Ellie in tears doing research about foster care. So they enroll into the system, led by social worker Karen and Sharon.
But we can take you through the 8-week foster parenting course, and you can get your certification, and then we can pair you with some kids that you can foster until they become adoptable.
But it is not gonna be easy, folks. These kids will test your will, put a strain on your relationship, and push buttons you didn't even know you had.
Brenda, a former child of the foster care system, is the guest speaker, who delivers a heartwarming speech that completely wins Pete over to the idea of fostering kids. The couple go through the training, and few weeks later, at the fair, they meet 15-year-old Lizzie, who confronts them while Ellie voices her reluctance to foster a teen. They are immediately impressed with her.
You know, we appreciate the concern, but there's really no need to go pretty crazy, you know? We know how this works. So just go on. It's okay. Go mingle with the kiddies and don't give it another thought, okay? Have a good day, folks. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Karen and Sharon reveal that Lizzie has 2 siblings, 10-year-old Juan and 6-year-old Lita, and their mother is a drug addict currently in prison. If they wanted Lizzie, they must take Juan and Lita as well. After meeting with Lizzie and her siblings, they didn't feel that immediate connection, so they decided to reconsider. At Thanksgiving dinner with Ellie's family, Pete and Ellie share the news of deciding against adopting. To their surprise, the family admits no one actually believed it would work out and was doubtful about the whole process. Hearing their concerns made Pete and Ellie decide that they are up for adoption after all. So Lizzie, Juan, and Lita move in with the Wagners.
Hey kids, dinner!
What? That sounds insane coming out of your mouth. Do we have kids?
Yeah, 3 of them.
That's insane! I can't believe it!
Did you not know that? Because they're really here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're here.
I love you.
What?
What?
Kiss again!
God.
A little over a week of parenting, while everything is going well, Pete and Ellie make the mistake of thinking it is somewhat easy fostering 3 kids. But quickly their lives become hectic. Lita will only eat potato chips. Juan is extremely emotional and fragile, and Lizzie resents Ellie's attempt to parent them. The Wagners turn to the foster parent support group for help and learn some new strategies. But it doesn't work on Lizzie. Not until Pete's mother, Sandy, wins the kids over by taking the family to Six Flags and becomes the cool grandma. But Lizzie disappears with friends and returns late, causing them to freak out. As a result, Pete grounds her.
It's true what they say, raising kids is no easy task. It's funny though, I don't ever remember being that rebellious when I was a teenager, but my mom would probably say differently. Well, anyway, the next day, Pete and Ellie confront Lizzie, who continues to rebel and tries to leave with her friends.
Hey, you're not going anywhere. Stop right there. I mean it. Don't open that door. Hey, do not get in that car. You hear me? Don't shut that door. I mean it. Good. Now, can we just go inside so we can talk about this?
Juan, drop it right now!
They run over to Juan and immediately take him to the hospital. Seeing Pete and Ellie comfort Juan as they head to the hospital and the way they took care of Lita, Lizzie began to warm up to them. But soon, Lizzie rebels again, so Pete decides to try a different approach. He takes her to the house they're renovating to allow her to vent her frustrations out through demolition, and it works. Lizzie even apologizes for her behavior. They spend the next few weeks bonding as a family. One day, Pete and Ellie meet Carla, the kid's mother, who is out of prison. The Wagners express how they feel about the situation to the support group, only to find out Carla wants to reunite with her children, meaning they might lose the kids.
We're making connections. Okay? I mean, I just taught Lita how to ride a bike. Juan and I bonded over Rocky III. And now Mom's ready to reunite?
Pete, Ellie, I understand your frustration. We all need to keep in mind that until the kids are adopted, the primary goal of the system is family preservation.
What about preserving our family?
Yeah.
Nothing has been decided yet.
When they get home, they are horrified to discover Lizzie taking naked pictures of herself to send to a boy named Jacob. Pete and Ellie seek out the Fernandez family, whose adoptive daughter Brenda had inspired them at their orientation. They learn Brenda is back in rehab, but Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez assure the Wagners that things that matter are hard, and they're once again inspired. Taking the children to school the next day, Pete and Ellie confront a student named Charlie, mistakenly thinking he is Jacob, only to apologize for the mix-up when he tells them the truth. Pete asks Charlie if he knows anyone named Jacob, and finds out it's the school's 22-year-old janitor. They beat him up, and he's arrested, as well as Pete and Ellie, who accidentally left Juan and Lita in the car unattended during the whole commotion.
You know, for what it's worth, I heard what you guys did in there. You know, good parents looking out for your kids. You know, if I'd had a chance to do the same thing,
Kids!
you're damn right.
Oh my God!
Returning home after posting bail, Pete and Ellie are told by Grandma Sandy that they need to reassure Lizzie that they love her and write a new statement for court. At the children's court hearing, the judge reads a statement from Lizzie detailing Pete and Ellie's actions negatively. He refuses to let Ellie read their own statement, and the children are assigned to return to Carla. Juan and Lita do not want to leave, but Lizzie is ready. However, the next day, Karen and Sharon arrive to tell the kids that Carla is not coming for them, having failed to appear that morning, and when they visited her, they could tell that Carla was using drugs again. Heartbroken, Lizzie tearfully runs away, but Pete and Ellie chase after her. Resistant at first, they tell her to read their statement.
Lizzie once asked me why we did this, why we took them in. We couldn't give her an answer at the time. We did it because something was missing in our lives, but we didn't know what it was. It was Juan, Lita, and Lizzie.
You see? You were what was missing, Lizzie. But now you're here and you are stuck with us.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna be at every soccer game. We're gonna be all over your ass about your grades.
Yeah.
And we're gonna buy you your first prom dress.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really, really pretty.
They reassure her that they love her, and the trio reconcile. 4 months later, the family attend a new court hearing where Pete and Ellie officially adopt Lizzie, Juan, and Lita. They all pose for a picture with the judge, joined by their families and fellow foster family members.
What a heartwarming ending. This story reminds us that no family is perfect, but we all desire to be a part of one, and we see what it means to love and to be loved. So be sure to tell your loved ones today how much you appreciate them and what they mean to you. 接下来 Ruby 要揭晓今天电影迷速成家庭 Instant Family 要教我们些什么。Hey Ruby, have you thought about how many kids you'd like in your family?
After watching this movie, I think I want at least 3.
Ah, a nice big family. Would you consider fostering?
You mean fostering a child 领养小孩吗？
Yeah, fostering 还能有别的意思吗？
As a matter of fact, yes. Foster 除了领养、收养之外，还可以用在 fostering an idea or fostering an interest.
Oh, like to encourage or to stimulate.
Exactly, like fostering an interest in classical music.
哦，那我们是不是也可以说 fostering economic growth?
Yes. We can also say foster democracy. 很多时候都可以用到这个字。
Gotcha. Hey Ruby, did you know I'm already fostering?
Really?
Yeah, I foster hope all the time.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm Wade.
I'm Ruby.
I hope you've learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile as I did. You can find more on the FUNDAY website.
Let's make every day a fun day.
Did you feel a cosmic connection?
No, I didn't feel a cosmic connection. I felt like I was babysitting other people's kids.
I agree.
With what?
With you.
With me wanting the kids or not wanting the kids?
Whatever you want.
That's
Fine.
not an answer.
Then just give me 14 months to think about it. How about that? Come on.